All right, here we go. Cajun Spice Blend, man. This one is so simple. But it's one that a lot of people have been requesting. So from that, we're going to make a barbecue spice blend and a steak crusting mix. Man, it's so good. Honestly, really good stuff. All right, here we go. Basic table salt, some paprika, cayenne, white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, whole oregano, and black pepper. All right, real simple. Very simple measurements, and a squeeze. I like using a squeeze. You can even put it in a blender. Okay, just make sure you have a top on it. Otherwise, that shit's flying everywhere. All right, here we go. All right, so we're just gonna put this paprika in here. We're gonna follow up with the salt. You know, we're gonna just, everything, it's the paprika and the salt are the only 1 cup measurements. Then we go to 1/4 cup measurements. And that's it, man. This is really simple. Then we're gonna throw it in the squeeze, give it a good blend, so everything is good and homogeneous, okay? We definitely want that. All right, so here we go. Now, if you want to cut back on the salt, do so. If you want to have no salt, you know, that's not a problem either. And I'll tell you what, there's some Asian products like dried vegetable stock mix that has a really wonderful salty quality. You can add that one to it, all right? But here we go. All right, so now we're going to the cayenne pepper, a little messily, but we're going to the cayenne pepper right now, okay? Once we mix this, we're going to take this and we're going to break it into 2 other spice blends. But now this Cajun Blackening Spice mix, you're going to find you're going to use it on so many things, man. This stuff is really, really good. Don't be afraid to use it on unusual things, like even, you know, popcorn, man. Toss it a little bit of popcorn with that one. It's really, really good. You don't want to go heavy, but just a little bit. It's a nice flavor additive, a little bit of Parmesan. You're really, really good. Okay, so here we go with, we're all the way up to, it looks like the oregano right here. And again, I like to use the whole oregano, or, you know, and then that way in the squeeze, it breaks it down, and the flavor really permeates the rest of the spice blend, which makes it very nice, okay? I just use regular black pepper. If you feel like using a tri-color mix or whatever it is, and you mix it up in your coffee grinder, which you should have for spices, then do that. You know, listen, my recipe is simply a guideline, and this is your recipe once you get it, and you go wherever you want with it. Just don't go too far off base, you might find yourself, you know, in a difficult situation, you know? So here we go. We're going to throw everything in the squeeze. Now, see this technique right here? I've got both hands. It may not look like much, but both hands cupped underneath as to where the palms of my hands become funnels, so you don't spill it all over your squeeze. Look how nice and clean I keep this squeeze, and that's because I don't throw stuff all over it, and we take good care of it. So basically, you're going to give it a little spin like this. You know, let everything get really well blended. And now I feel pretty confident that our spice mix right here is like I said, is completely homogeneous. All right, now to make our first other spice blend, I'm going to pull out 2 cups, okay? And with those 2 cups, I'm going to add some brown sugar to that, and I'm also going to add some crushed red chili flakes to it. Here we go with to 2 cups of spice blend. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup, a packed cup of, make that a 1/2 cup. I thought it was a 1/4, but all right, so a 1/2 cup. We're going to get a good crust on it. A 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then a 1/4 cup, thank you, of crushed red chili flakes. So you can imagine it's got a little bit of spice to it, but not crazy, man. This isn't going to be crazy hot. I make my Cajun Blackening Spice blend a little bit spicy, only because I like things a little hotter. You can tone it down. You don't have to add all that cayenne pepper. All right, so here goes the 3rd mix, right? All right, so from this, I'm going to do also 2 cups of the blended Creole spices. But now this one has a really interesting twist. See this? This is brown gravy. All right, instant gravy mix. Now, you know what? I already know. So if you're going to say something, say whatever you want. But my job as a chef is to be a flavor engineer and to create flavors, man. And that's exactly what I do. Create big, bold, robust flavors. Now, by using this, what this does is that it takes any fat that's coming out, any of the juices coming out, it coagulates them, and it glazes on the burger. So imagine all that flavor that would normally drip off is staying in there. This is just outside the box thinking culinarily, but I can do that because I know what's in the box, all right? So, all right, check it out. We've got our spice really well blended. We got brown sugar. We've got that nice beef gravy in with our Creole spice blend in really nice proportions. Here goes the hand funnel again. Very simple, man. just, you know, your hands together over the container, and that's it, and everything will go in. It's a good trick to know. Try it. You'll love it. All right, so it looks like all of our spices are ready. Packing them up. And, you know, that one is our steak blend. We had the barbecue spice blend. We didn't talk much about that, but we can get to that one later. So once again, you know, thanks for watching. And remember, there's food and then there's love. I guarantee you make this, you will give somebody some love. All right. Peace.